Urgent Philadelphia Eagles fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here we bring you daily videos with the latest Philadelphia Eagles updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey there, Eagles fans! Today, I've got some intriguing news that's been buzzing through the NFL circles, and let me tell you, it's something that could shake up not only the NFC East but the entire league. We're talking about developments that might just redefine the Philadelphia Eagles' approach in the upcoming season, and you definitely don't want to miss a second of this. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive into what could be a game-changer for our beloved birds. Now, before we get into the details, I want you to imagine the scene. The Eagles, coming off a pretty impressive 2023 season, where they showed resilience, strategic brilliance, and a lot of heart, are now eyeing some bold moves to take that next step. And one name that's been floating around, sparking conversations among fans, analysts, and insiders alike, is a player who's already left his mark on the league and could potentially be returning to the Eagles, or at least, that's what the rumors suggest. This player, a true veteran, a 5-time Pro Bowler, with a reputation for clutch plays and leadership, is at the center of a lot of speculation right now. We've seen how the NFL is a league of surprises. Teams are always looking for that edge, that veteran presence that can elevate the entire roster. And this particular athlete, who's been linked to a potential reunion with Philadelphia, could be exactly what the Eagles need, not just for on-field performance but also for the locker room vibe. His experience, his leadership, and his ability to perform under pressure are qualities that can't be measured just by stats alone. They carry a kind of intangible value that can uplift the entire team. Now, for those of you who might not be fully up to speed, let me give you a quick background on this player. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler, which in itself speaks volumes about his talent and consistency. Over his career, he's demonstrated an ability to make big plays, to step up when it matters most, and to be a reliable target in critical moments. His versatility has allowed him to excel in various roles, whether as a receiver or even in some special teams duties, and he's known for his work ethic and dedication. Many fans remember his highlights, the clutch catches, the tough yards after catch, and his leadership on and off the field. What makes this story even more interesting is the reported contract discussions. Rumors suggest that the Cowboys, yes, the Dallas Cowboys, are considering bringing him back with an estimated deal worth around $37 million. That's a significant investment, and it underscores how highly they value his experience and what he brings to the table. A return to the Cowboys, or even just the possibility of negotiations, has sent shockwaves through NFL circles. The Cowboys, a franchise known for their bold moves and high-profile signings, could be making a strategic play here, and that's where the intrigue begins. But hold on, folks, because this isn't just about one team. This kind of move, if it materializes, has ripple effects across the league. It's a reminder that veteran players still have a lot to offer, and teams are willing to make bold investments to get that extra edge. The NFL has become more competitive than ever, and the difference often comes down to that veteran leadership, that playoff experience, and that ability to perform under pressure. We've seen players like him, who've been to multiple Pro Bowls and have playoff experience, be the difference makers in tight games, especially in the postseason. Now, for the Eagles fans tuning in, I know what you're thinking. How does this affect us? Well, first off, it's a reminder that the NFC East is getting more competitive by the day. The Cowboys are not sitting still, they're making moves, strategic moves that could shake up the division. And the Eagles, of course, are right in the thick of that. Philadelphia has been building a strong roster, with Jalen Hurts leading the charge, and a young, talented core of receivers, linebackers, and defensive backs. But adding a veteran of this caliber, if it happens, could give the Cowboys a boost in key situations, something we, as Eagles fans, have to keep an eye on. Furthermore, this potential signing ties into the broader narrative of how the NFL values experience versus youth. The Eagles have been emphasizing developing their young talent, investing in draft picks, and building for the future, but they also understand the importance of seasoned veterans who can mentor and elevate the team. The league's landscape is a constant balancing act: young, explosive players mixed with savvy veterans who know how to close out games. Now, I want to take a moment to talk about the implications of such a move on the Eagles' upcoming schedule. If this player does return to the Cowboys, it could mean tougher matchups, especially in late-season games where playoff seeding is on the line. The Eagles have a tough schedule ahead, facing division rivals, conference opponents, and of course, those critical NFC matchups. Adding a veteran who's used to high-pressure situations could make critical differences in close contests. It also raises the stakes for the Eagles' defensive units and secondary, who will need to be prepared for the challenge of containing a player with playoff experience and clutch instincts. And you know what's fascinating? Beyond the on-field implications, this story has a lot of emotional weight. Fans love stories of reunions, comebacks, and players returning to where they made a name for themselves. For Eagles fans, seeing a player who's been part of the league's elite come back into the fold, even if it's with a division rival, stirs up a mix of nostalgia and excitement. It's that feeling of seeing a familiar face, a proven winner, step back onto the field and add to an already competitive league. Now, let's not forget the strategic considerations. The Cowboys, like any team, will have to weigh the financial impact of such a signing. A contract worth around $37 million is no small feat, especially in today's salary cap environment. They will need to consider how this move fits into their long-term plan, how it affects their cap space, and whether this veteran can provide the immediate impact they're seeking. It's a classic case of balancing short-term gains with long-term sustainability. The Cowboys have a roster full of talented players, but adding a veteran of this caliber could push them over the edge in critical moments, especially in a division as competitive as the NFC East, where every game counts. And, of course, this story continues to develop. Rumors are swirling, insiders are whispering, and fans are eagerly waiting for official confirmation. Will this player really make a return to the Cowboys? Or is it just negotiations and speculation? That's what makes NFL offseason stories so captivating. They're full of twists, surprises, and what-ifs. But one thing's for sure, the league is watching closely, because moves like this can shift the balance of power, change playoff prospects, and create new storylines that fans will follow all season long. And speaking of storylines, let's reflect a bit on the history of this player. His career has been filled with remarkable moments, big catches, game-winning plays, and a reputation for being a clutch performer. His leadership qualities have often been praised by teammates and coaches alike. And for the Eagles, especially with a new young core, having a veteran like him could serve as a mentor, a leader who can guide the next generation of stars, and perhaps even help push the team further into the playoffs. Now, for the fans of the Eagles, this is also a reminder of how dynamic and unpredictable the NFL offseason can be. We've seen teams rise and fall based on a single signing, a trade, or a draft pick. The league is a constant chess match, with franchises trying to outthink each other, to find that edge. And this story, whether it materializes or not, adds an extra layer of excitement to the anticipation of the new season. So, as we keep our eyes peeled for official news, I want to say that this potential move is a testament to how serious NFL teams are about competing at the highest level. It's about winning now, about making bold decisions, and about building rosters that can handle the pressure of playoff football. The Eagles, of course, are right there in the mix, constantly striving for greatness, always looking for ways to improve and overcome their rivals. But one thing is clear, the league keeps surprising us, and stories like this remind us why we love football, because it's unpredictable, full of drama, and always ready to deliver that unforgettable moment. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think bringing back this veteran is the right move for the Cowboys? How would it impact the NFC East race? And more broadly, what do you think it means for the NFL landscape this season? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Eagles community. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and more insider info, so stay tuned. keep supporting your team, and let's keep the Eagle spirit soaring high. Thanks for watching, and as always, fly, Eagles, fly.